What is up, guys? We got Troy here. Guys, we just got back from Vegas, and I got to meet Troy in person. Let's go. It was amazing meeting you, Troy. Same with your mom, always. And then also Joey. Joey's not here. He's probably a little tired, sleeping in his hotel or on the plane back home, but it was a freaking blast. Getting to meet you guys in person was probably the most real this online coaching has been, right? It actually, now it's real. Like, I feel like it's interesting. I feel like I could have met you guys for a few minutes and we could have hugged and parted ways. But I feel like after those 3 days, it was almost like, man, I want to do something more with these guys. Like, I want to, like, whatever that is, whatever that creates. Like, I have a notes that I'm gonna show next time or maybe soon. But essentially, I legit started writing down, like Perry Belcher, right? All of these things of like what we could start offering people, like how we could actually be more than just like we make music. You know, it's like no, like we're a record label, and like we have a posse. Like, it was cool rolling with you guys.
Yeah. Yeah, it was super cool.
Like, I definitely in my mind felt like a mini rock star.
That's funny. That's cool. Yeah, you should. And yeah, it's kind of I guess you think about this tendency for people to want to work remotely or almost think, oh, it's unnecessary to be in person. I mean, just it's a reminder that there's definitely something different about being with people in person. You're able to share ideas in real time. It's definitely different and it's better.
Yeah. I think one of my favorite things was I was inside the room. We're like 3 hours inside the class, and out of nowhere, Troy pulls out of his pocket a blueberry cookie.
Yeah.
And Troy made sure I was fed with little snacks the entire time.
Yeah, you didn't even dip into that Snickers.
Didn't take the Snickers.
It was nothing but the last day was a couple free mints made you happy, but and giggle. Yeah.
Your hospitality is amazing, Troy. Yeah. So this event was really awesome. I definitely so one of the cool things about the event, so that some people that weren't there, was basically like, I don't know how it happened. I don't know if it was you or that talked to Angie or if it was Joey that talked to Angie, but somebody talked to Angie and basically said we were doing AI music. And then she's like, oh my God, I'm working on the 15 side hustles, and decided to add us into her slides. So she literally, like, music producer was one of them, and she added all 3 of our names into the slides and gave us a shout out. And then at the end, I was able to go up on stage and then tell people about AI music. And it was pretty freaking cool. It was, so far, that's probably top 10 highlight of my life, man.
That's super cool. And you know what that probably does is it gets you out of your safe space to like I said, make it all more real. It's almost like when you verbalize or express a goal, it becomes more real than just kind of internalizing it in your head. So in a similar way, by being in person and being up on the screen and up on stage, now it's almost like you have to do this, not like you can't just quietly revert back into the corner and get caught and start something else, right? Okay, I'm tired of that. I'm gonna safely dip out.
Yeah.
It's I don't drink and haven't drank in a long time, but it's in a similar way across my mind. Once you tell people that you're not, then it's almost like you can be held accountable for not. So now that it's that much more out there in front of hundreds of people live, you're kind of held more accountable You know, there's more eyes on you going, okay, now do it.
Do it. Let's see it. Yeah. See if you could really make something out of this.
Well, and like we were saying initially, it's an in-person thing that just has more weight and solidification than a virtual thing. You know, because virtually, you know, like arguments online are not the same as an argument or, you know, okay, say that to my face, right?
Yeah,
So
totally.
totally different.
Yeah, absolutely. I've had somebody maybe in front of me get upset, maybe because they were like, oh man, that robot's better than me at playing. But then they kind of just brushed it off. I don't know. They didn't get violent or angry with me.
Yeah, I'm just saying that in person now, it's just much more real, and
Yeah.
there's eyes on you, and you know, it became more alive, even more alive than it already was by after this event for sure.
Yeah. Yes, it did. It did.
Yeah, it was cool. And then what, Laura and Ashley, how you said that it happened is, I remember because that first night at the bar, whenever the welcome party, that Angie was already down talking to you and Joey. And then when she got up, I spoke with her and she's like, oh, we've been friends online for years. It was the first time we met in person. So it seems as like she knew you had a music thing going on, I'm guessing, by just online. And then it just kind of, you know, moved on from there, that she was doing the presentation and then wanted to, you know, highlight music option. It was stoked to meet you in person. So that was super cool.
Yeah. So Joey must have closed the deal for us. Yeah, because she's definitely known me for a long time, which is interesting because one of the things that one of the ladies said, she said, because another lady came to me. She's known me for 5 years. She actually bought my wife's $50 logo deal like 5 years ago.
Okay.
And we haven't really talked since. However, she said she's been watching every single thing that I've been posting since. And she told me, she goes, I just want to let you know, I haven't been commenting or interacting, but I'm watching.
Right.
And so is a whole bunch of other people.
Oh, sure.
And so it's one of those things where when we put stuff out, it might not seem like people are watching, but they are. You might not get a lot of comments at first. You might not get a lot of interaction. It might be slow, but I mean, people are watching. People are noticing because and then it just takes a little time. And then after a time, it's like you show up to these places and then you're like, oh wow, people know me. Oh, that's cool. You know, like I don't know any of you guys, but hi, you know, like hi friends. And so it was a blast. It was fun. I definitely see that a lot of people said, oh, I don't think you're going to be able to have AI concerts or music concerts with this. I think that's going to be a lie. I think that's a lie. I think they don't believe in that, and that's fine. That's all right. However, like just the fact that like when Joey got in the car, Joey put on one of my songs and like he knew the words to the songs, you know, and then he played another one and I thought it was going to go like his song, my song, his song, my song. But he played one of my very early songs. And I was like, bro, I've heard this song before. What? And like, he's like, what are you talking about? And I'm like, no, man, I heard this. This is a good beat. And he goes, bro, are you serious? This is your song. It's like, oh man. It's been so long. It's
well, you know what? Yeah, I'm glad it got you thinking. I don't know if I want to say bigger. There's a better word for it, but you know, the whole all of the arms of the one idea that you already have. You know, that's kind of how I try to get my mom to think about. Yeah, it's just about opening mind. Yes, I'm just really glad that it had that sort of impact on you. You know, when I leaned over and I said, "Hey, look, I hope you're thinking about all the ways that we could be working together, we could kill it," because absolutely true. And I also thought about when Perry was talking about like forget if I wrote it down. Basically, the dreamers and the executors, basically the two type, and that's not that people don't have a little bit of all that, but they lean more a certain way. And I just you know, you're an executor. I'm not. I'm kind of not good at executing. Well, I am if I want, but it's just not my specialty. That's kind of what I mean. It's kind of people have kind of a something they're good at. Some people just execute, take action, you know. But one of the things that I think, so I try to find out how my situation, my life, that my has given me a particular set of skills, or how I might be able to offer something based on my upbringing, opportunities, whatever it might be. And I think a lot of it is that I have the time and ability to explore a lot. And so I'm really good at that, you know, almost like a, you know, just to explore, analyze, and pick out the good stuff, see how things tie together, because I'm not tied up as much with having to be guided in a particular way to make a living. And so that's the skill that I think it's hard for somebody else to be able to have that extra time at all, let alone the curiosity factor that I have to be able to want to look at, analyze, and connect dots where other people might not see them. Especially nowadays, with as much as technology continues to move faster and infiltrate more and more of our lives, it makes it harder for people to be able to see everything. It's almost like I picture it as like horse blinders that continue to get tighter and tighter, right? If you don't stay narrowly focused, then it's harder to survive. But I'm able to be in a spot where I can continue to observe a lot. And so that's it. Anyhow, without going down some philosophical rabbit hole, that's I like that. I mean, I think obviously you can tell by what you built, you execute awesome. And I definitely, I'm a little bit older. That's another thing which I think is cool, is that there's some experience. I think I told, yeah, I think I had an AOL account when you were 5. So, maybe 4. I don't know. I forget what I got. So I've been in tech in a long time, almost your whole lifetime. Really, actually, I have been the whole lifetime. I was talking to somebody else, because when I was in high school, I programmed. I had a computer class, and I programmed a little thing in BASIC. And then what other platform did? There was another language, and it started with P, and I'm spacing it right now. That was in high school, like in the 80s. I graduated in 89. So I mean, in like 87, I was programming in BASIC before you were born, you know.
Yeah.
And my Apple IIe. That's and I've always been kind of into it. So that's just, whether it's the knowledge from specific things throughout that time, or just the ability to see a little bit differently because I've been there that long, right? You can see transformations, how things have changed, and that can help you to maybe better have some foresight into the direction the train is going, or something. I don't know. Any of that makes sense? Because I can ramble on.
No, it does. And it's crazy because, like, I really like the age factor. Actually, it's crazy, is because I would say, Troy, one of the most probably valuable relationships I met from that whole entire event was Joyce.
Yes, she's amazing. My mom's amazing.
Like, I truly love her. Like, literally, for the life experiences that she's lived, and then she kept passing them down. So, like, you have a very special mom. You have a very strong mom.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Like, that is crazy. Like, she is a hustler. She reminds me of a lot of my wife, you know, because my wife is also someone that she's a self-efficient woman, you know, like she doesn't need a husband. She wants a husband, you know, and so like, it was really cool, man. Like, it's really cool to see that she's successful in that sense. And also she's like successful with kids, which is what I value as most important. Like, how do you treat your family? Business is one, you know, but how do you treat everyone behind the scenes? And so the value from this like conference and like getting to know you guys, and you're right, like the age thing is a huge benefactor. Like meeting you in person and seeing that, like getting to know more about your story, dude, I didn't know any of that. Like, I didn't know freaking any of that. Zero whatsoever. Like, you are like an incredibly intelligent man. Like, incredibly intelligent. I mean, you're sharp, you're freaking, you're smart, you're witty, like you're a great connector, you're friendly. I mean, like legit, man. Like, if I was to pick business partners, I came home and I told my wife, I was like, I want Troy and Joey. Like, those guys would be the guys that I would want as a business partner. I don't know what it looks like, because I don't know what that is, but I mean, like, I'm sure it's going to evolve into something, you know, like, and maybe like whenever he was saying this, how he says the visionaries, like what you're just saying, like, and I'm the executor. I don't know. I thought I was the visionary. I was the executor.
Oh, you think I'm an executor or
yeah, else? Man, I think you're the executor.
But you are a visionary. That's what I mean. It's not really. You kind of have everything, you know. It's kind of which way to lean, but
yeah.
Sometimes I guess with the horse blinder scenario, and not to make that sound negative, I mean, I just think you're so, you know, focused, as you should be, on what you got and the ins and outs. It's kind of like that. I guess I studied finance or business and economics. So there's the macro and the micro, right? And they're both just different outlooks, or just a different look at the same thing. And so you're focused micro, is you need to be, somebody needs to be, right, putting this stuff together, and then but somebody also needs to be looking ahead, right? Somebody needs to be. So but what was that? Oh, when you were talking about business partners and connecting.
Yeah, Troy, what if like you, like legit, okay, like no joke.
Yeah.
What in your words is a music label? What does that even mean?
A music label?
Like the old version, like yes, like 10 years ago. What's a music label? What is that?
That's somebody who invests and promotes an artist. That's what I feel like.
Somebody that invests
in and promotes an artist. I mean, a label. I mean, that's what I think of as a big thing. I mean, there'd be some sort of a brand behind the label, but that'd be more for them.
Okay, because here's what I'm thinking is, I think we need to have a label. So reverse engineer what Perry Belcher did, right? Like, what is his sales process? And then what are his products? Right? Like, ultimately, like, so, I have my notes. I really want to go grab them. So ultimately, like when we were in that class, he has multiple different steps, right? I was invited for free, a free invite. So a +1 seat to an event. All right. At that event, he sold me his Ignite. Well, I haven't bought it yet, but that's what he was selling, right? Sold his Ignite, sold his higher coaching programs. That's what he sold. So what do we have as a record label that brings people on through a value ladder through that same thing? Because here's the thing is, every day inside, I have a Facebook group. It's called AI Music Creators, right? It's a free little Facebook group. Every day more people join, 5, 10 more people every single day. I don't know where they come from. Somehow they join. I don't invite them. I have no clue what's happening, right? But every day, 5 to 10 new AI artists are born. right? So that means every single day there's a brand new freaking person that says, how do I do this? What's the proper steps? Who can invest in me and grow and promote me as an artist, as an actual artist? So what happens when Perry Belcher got up on stage and those people on stage said, look at them, they're doing stuff, all of a sudden it became real because somebody else said they're legit. Look at, they're making AI music. It wasn't, I didn't have to say at first, it was me. Somebody else said it was us doing stuff. Well, it's the same way as if we're a music label. Well, that just creates validity. What happens when we have a group of people that can get song credits or lyric credits, lyric credits. And then you could also do what's the little like JV or whatever they're called inside of a song, where you do, what's that thing where you do a song together?
Oh, a
feature,
duo?
right? A feature, right? Where you could get a feature with another singer, right? What happens when we have a group of singers that can actually do a feature on your song that already have views, that are already real people, and now you have a real person on your track? Well, that becomes, because we have we have a label. What happens when we could get you plays on certain, podcasts, or plays on certain Twitch streams, or we could get you videos from certain influencers, right? Like those are the things that we want to provide as a record label, as a service. And we want to, I essentially want you and Joey to be my record label managers.
Yeah, I know. I get where you're going, and I could definitely, I think I'd sit down. I'm going to meet with a couple friends for dinner tonight in the Valley, which means I'm probably going to leave a little bit early so that I can get over there and beat some traffic possibly. But it's kind of a later dinner. Either way, just because you don't know what it's going to be like to drive there, what I'm getting to is I'm going to be sitting probably at a Starbucks or somewhere, killing some time, because I'm going to show up early in the area. I usually look for somebody I can meet with prior, and I'm trying to think of that. But at that time, I think I could pretty simply come up with, what do I want to say? Now I'm spacing, but just a first draft of some pieces that we need to stitch together, kind of in a mind map sort of structure, right? Just kind of like, okay, we got this piece, we got this piece, let's draw the lines here, and then what steps do we do for a funnel in these different areas? So yeah, we could definitely put something like that together. I think we just go back and forth, and I don't think that'd be difficult to get started, at least, and have some real clear vision and structure to it. So
yeah,
the other thing I thought about right before, and I wanted to let you go because it seemed like it was something that just kind of really, a light bulb that popped in your head. But I thought of when you were talking about meeting in person and who you like to work with. It's interesting. This was Southwest Airlines customer service lady. They have the best customer service, and I always flatter them on it. And stuff like, you guys are the best. You always answer the calls quickly. And this lady was so sweet, and she said, "Yeah, you know what they do here at Southwest? They tell us that they hire nice people because they can train you on everything else, but you can't train shitty people to be nice, right?" So when you said it, just you vibed, I have that same feeling about you and about other people. You just kind of go, okay. There's a gentleman in Colorado Springs that years ago, and I met him, and I told him after, I'm like, if I lived in Colorado Springs, I'd be working with you. And so that's important, the most important, right? Because you can learn and train everything else. That's all, but you can't teach people to be authentic, nice, trustworthy, and all that stuff.
Yeah. So. Yeah, when you bust out a cookie out of your pocket that you've been carrying for Colorado, and it's
my favorite spot.
you know, like, and you share your favorite cookie with me, like that's love, you know, like you don't care that it's
I still
crumbling.
remember that cookie. Look at that, dude. That was
Dude,
good.
forever. That's gonna be part of my song. I'm making a song about my whole trip, man.
Yeah. Well, what were we saying? We should make it. We could make a song or an album about the trip. Each kind of stage or each different moments within the trip, right?
Yes. Live trips to Vegas. So live trips to Vegas, where we could have award shows. Dude, I feel like that's going to be a thing too, you know? Like, let me ask you, you float into Vegas? Would you fly to Vegas if we hosted an AI music show?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I would. You know, it's close for me, and I like ducking out, and I have that kind of flexibility in my schedule to be able to do stuff like that. That's why, even if it wasn't an award show, even if it was just to meet in person, because it just is easier to communicate and when you have dedicated time and maybe some a couple laptops and some paper and pens around you to is that how often I do this all the time with my mom, or it could be anybody else, yourself, where you're walking, riding your bike, thinking about stuff, and you're like, oh, I need to note that, or I need to say that, or I need to address that, or that's a good idea. It's almost like a dream that you don't write down, right? And you just tend to forget it. But if you're in real time with somebody, actually in person, then those fleeting thoughts don't as easily slip through the cracks.
I agree. Yeah, I agree. So yeah, that'd be cool if you could drop like a record label. One, we would probably need two things. One is like an agreement between all three of us. Like one, it would be cool if we could manage all 5 of my bands under that record label. And then like, I'm willing to, like, whoever's on that record label, like you and Joey, I'm willing to give you guys a little percentage of my Half Man, Half Robot, like that one and some of the other songs and stuff like that, like the full album type thing, and then we all are like a partner on it. And we're really record label status. You know what I mean? Whatever that record label status is, I want to be, they already have the vision. They've already created what a record label does. I just want to use their model with AI music and AI musicians. Because here's the thing. These guys are going to be slow to accept AI musicians, is what I found. The musicians are slow to accept us. So we need to make our own club. That's the thought, is we need to make our own club. And here's the thing, is we're going to get our fish from other people's pools. Perry Belcher's pool. Troy, if you just keep fishing in that pool all day, that's a good pool.
Yeah.
That is like, everyone at that place was our ideal client.
Yeah.
They love AI. They're not opposed to stuff. They're marketers. That's who we want. I want marketers that love AI. And that gave up on their music dream at one time, and now we can give it back to them. That's the goal. And everybody has a message, so we could use these songs to get messages out. Not everybody wants to continue doing this forever. And I believe the record label is to say, hey, look, I will take your songs and I will make it so they continue to get promoted while you go live your life and do whatever you do. Our product is your good song. If it's not a good song, we're not taking you on. We need to have the good ear. Like Joey has a song. It's this Fortnite song. I legit want to own that part of that song, because I could give one person $20 in V-Bucks or $10 in V-Bucks, which is the in-game currency. And I could pay an influencer on TikTok to make me a little dance of a video game guy doing a dance that already has millions of views. He already has millions of views. And here's a little in-game currency. Do a dance to my song.
Right.
And then that song gets millions of views and people are like, dude, that song's sick.
Right.
And now all of a sudden this Fortnite song blows up. I don't care what the song is. I do not care what the song is. If it's a good song and I can advertise it, I want them on our label.
Yeah, there's I'm thinking, there's a lot of ways that we could do that in terms of promoting artists that we take on. under the label. What I'm thinking is the good thing, I think, a really good thing about having a label right now for AI would be it's going to be a highly saturated market in a very short period of time. And so that's almost like what bugs me about Netflix or Amazon or some of these. I really just, I understand the decision to the other side. I have a friend that was he passed away, but he's in tech. He was old school. I can tell you a story about him. I mean, back when in the 80s, he was in Silicon Valley. Like when but what was I just about to say? Darn it. What was I saying?
You had a guy that passed away, but in the 80s.
Right before that. We were talking about
a record label.
Oh yeah, the label, and it's the saturated market, and that. Oh, and then I was talking about Netflix and things, because there's not a hide button. You can't. There's just, it's that paradox of choice, right? There's too much crap. It's like, come on, dude. Really, do I even want to spend the time? I'm just gonna let a random shuffle happen on Pandora. I don't need to stress myself out trying to search for a needle in a haystack. So a label that could have high quality, filtered through. We don't just drop junk. People would want to come there first, because we'd be the spot where, hey, at least we might not like it, but at least it's good, or there's a lot of effort and intent put behind it, so it's not some garbledygook.
Totally.
So I think that would be good to plant that flag early now in an AI label sort of format that was clear. It's clearly an AI label, because then people that begin to explore are going to go, hey, look, here's a label. They've been doing this since 2023. So let's freaking do that. Let's look there first.
Yeah. I'm going to post it and see how many people are interested. It's like we're going to be making an AI music label.
Why not? I felt blessed and fortunate when I leaned over and I said, did you ask, Angie to put my name up there with you guys? And you said, yeah. And so just like that event, kind of holds you more accountable to the ball you started rolling. That's could be exactly the same thing for me, is that, things happen for a reason, and we're tight and involved in this together. So why couldn't that just as easily, this specifically, be my AI calling as well, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think that we're going to be able to we're going to have way better artists than any other artist on the market right now if we do this. The reason why is because our music, we're marketers. We're software developers. We're not, I mean, maybe we like music, but I'm not a musician.
By the way, you said you spoke so highly of my mom, and I can tell you that if my mom just heard you say if, she'd say it's not if, it's when. Not if, when. You said if we do this, she'd be not if, when.
You're absolutely right.
So there you go. That's my mom working through me right now to correct your grammar and say not if, when.
Yes. So when we create this label, well, we just created it. I just want to let you know, we verbally created it already. Like, it's out there. Like, I truly want you as that position, Troy. Like, when I say, like, yeah, who's my record managers and my label managers, I'm going to say Troy and Joey. Because then it also gives me the external validity.
Right.
And I know I'm going to send them to somebody trustworthy that's going to make sure, like, you follow up, Troy, like a freaking savage. Like, you've already followed up with me 3 times to follow up with that guy.
Yeah.
And that's like, you followed up with him 3 times already yourself.
Well, the guy we met at lunch that we were talking yesterday.
I'm talking about Adele or whatever on my Facebook,
right,
man.
no, I know that, but the guy, but this morning I've already texted that guy that we met at lunch. Yesterday.
Greg?
Twice.
Greg?
So, yeah.
Dude, you're a freaking legend.
Yeah.
His
So,
wife says she wants to make songs too. So you could send them the link with your affiliate link and they could join the group and, you know, and yeah. Oh, you don't have an affiliate link yet. So
I don't know. You said that you thought I did, but I didn't search for it because we got bad service in the.
Yeah, I'll just make sure you get it right now. Because I see that you use these, Troy.
That what?
That you use these.
Oh yeah. Well, and I should use them more, but yeah, I do use them.
So here's the link. I'll drop it in the comments in our thing. And then you'll click on that, and then it will say, click here to get your link, your affiliate link, and then you'll just sign in with your email address, and then you'll have an affiliate link just for you. And it will be to the music class. The reason I send everyone to the music class is because that's the most profitable sales funnel right now.
Right.
That's the one I'm fully building out to be really profitable too. Upside down.
Good, because I think you should. Yeah. And these are some of the things I can draw up and kind of a roadmap of sorts, because it makes all the sense in the world that you do those on a regular basis, especially now while the getting's good in terms of just the FOMO or the peak of interest for people. AI music, isn't it funny how as deep as everybody in that room was in AI, how little the interest was expressed or talked about music. I don't know, almost as if it was forbidden or just overlooked. I don't know. It was really odd. So as soon as it was mentioned, it's like, oh, duh, yeah, I've heard about that. Oh, there's somebody right here. Maybe it's safe to talk about. I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like it is. At first, here's the thing: when you do AI text, you don't put this thing as AI text in the message, right? Like, let's just say you were writing sales copy. You don't write at the bottom, this sales copy was written with AI, right? That would destroy it. Well, with AI images, the reason why it became such a stir is because everyone said this was made with Midjourney, or this was made with this AI, or this was made with this. Well, it became like a big uproar. So AI images was a really big deal at first. Now everyone's accepted it. Well, AI music, the difference is, I think what's the difference is when you hear a song, unless somebody literally says, this song is AI music, listen to it, you never have any clue that it's AI music. And then if you do, you don't have the same thought of, oh, wow, how do I create this music? It sounds like incredibly hard to create that with AI. Like, what the heck do you mean? Nobody realizes it's as simple as it is. Insert lyrics, output song.
Right.
What? Like, that's way simple. Like, what I showed one of my buddies yesterday, I went to the dispensary and like I showed him at the like thing, and I was like, oh, dude, check out this song. And he's like, I was like, you like music? And he's like, my son does. And I showed him a song, and he's like, dude, this is AI. No freaking way. No way. And then he heard it sing, and he's like, bro, this is sick. And he's like, I'm gonna start listening to your music. Half man, half robot. What up? Like, so I believe in this. So I'm going to show it. This is what I want to show. And then I'm going to go visit my grandma.
Okay.
So check out this. This is where I'm at next, Troy. Okay. So the next thing is I've been working on an ad, right? Remember that music video, right? Remember that music video that played?
Yeah.
This one, this has 140 views so far. I just want you to know, mark the amount. Okay. 140. Now, I'm about ready to create a Google ad campaign, right? A Google ad campaign where I do YouTube ads. All right. And here's what's going to happen. It's going to go to this website, myAIteam/music, right? Because we could use music ads to run to this music link. Okay. Mm-hmm. Now here's the cool thing. It's going to get the music video itself like views.
Yep. Makes sense.
Now you see this right here. because I'm advertising on music, I'm going to add, like, I'm going to update like keywords. I'm going to say EDM music, right? Like add, right? I can only add 15 keywords. All right. Well, that's all right. I'm just going to remove this one. All right. EDM music. Okay. So here's what's really cool. Show before specific video. You see this right here, Troy?
Yeah.
Show before specific video. Well, now guess what? One of my songs, I'm just going to say it sounds like Calvin Harris. Okay, Calvin Harris. All right. And I don't know what his top songs are, but I'm going to look. All right, this one was added 4 weeks ago. All right. So this one was added 6 days ago. This is Calvin Harris. Look, I could just grab a channel, okay? All right, so look at that one. That's 2.7. All right, I'm going to go to this, and I'm going to paste my oh, that's a channel. Oh, look, but look at all this. You see all these?
Yeah.
All of these are Calvin Harris's videos, bro. Right, so I'm going to just put the channel, so I can just advertise on his whole. Oh, I'm just going to put this, right? Calvin Harris, that one, that one, that one. Right. Is there any ones with Skrillex? Right, because Skrillex is one that I really like too, right? So let's do Skrillex, because I kind of sound like Skrillex, I think. 20 million. All right. And now we grab this. Now I go into here again, paste it, get some Skrillex Bangarang. Yep. That's sick. First Knox. Yep. All right. So now I have a couple of videos. Okay. Age. I want to say a minimum age. I'm going to say at least 24 to max 35. Like, how old are you, Troy?
52.
52. All right. So like max, like, let's just say like max 60. Okay. Location. Here's what's interesting. I'm actually, just to test this, I'm only gonna run it in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
Right, because I want to be famous.
You should.
Right. All right. I don't know if that's going to be a big enough targeting range. Maybe unless I add a ton more videos. So let's just do that, right? So let's just add a whole bunch more of Skrillex videos to make sure I have.
I think it'll be fun.
Roughneck first of the year, dude. I'm going to be on everything of Skrillex.
What are all those video ads? I don't understand.
What I'm adding right now?
You put a channel, but yeah, I'm not understanding why there's in videos.
Because it's pulling up all of his videos from his channel when I add it into the video.
Right, I know that
thing for some reason. So yeah. So I pasted his thing in here, and then these are all of his videos on his channel, and I'm just going through and adding them individually.
But how is that fitting in with the video of your song?
Because my song sounds just like his stuff.
Oh, so this
song right here?
Just referencing songs that are similar.
Yes, because imagine this, right? Imagine if I want people to like my music, shouldn't I play?
No, I understand that. I just didn't know if somehow that was showing just before yours to bring people in, and if it was actually showing any of those videos, but it's only using it as target people that also like this.
Yeah. So the reason I'm doing this, so here's what I did, right? I pulled up, I could do automated where I could do keywords, but I want to show before specific video. All right. So I have the video that I'm advertising, which is called Make It Happen by Half Man, Half Robot.
Right.
And this video is like, I'm glad you showed up, Ashley. Hi. Perfect timing for ads.
Hi. I don't know what happens. My brain falls out sometimes, and then all of a sudden I'm like, yeah. So good.
Yeah. Right. Well, this is the part, right? So this is what we were talking about, right? So here's what I'm using. First, I created my music video for Half Man, Half Robot, Make It Happen. This is the one that played at the show. All right.
How did you create it? Which app did you use? Just wondering. Yours or no?
Yep. I used my AI team. Okay. So here's what I did is I went to my AI team and I added a new tool recently. All right. So I added a new tool. What I did is I went to AI images and I created some images. Okay. Basically, these are a whole bunch of color branding palettes. I created a whole bunch of images. And then once I did, I went to more tools. And in here, you'll see it says image to clip transition. Okay. And basically what I did is I went and added my images. So let's just say I have like this cool image.
Yeah, I have a whole bunch of girls that look like jackalopes. It's like a fashion show that AI created. So I was going to add all these. Okay, add my images.
And then I made it where you could add video clip names, so you could like keep records, so you know, like, okay, this is, this is whatever. And then it's going to create a clip. All right, here's what it does. You see how it just has image 1 to 2, and then it goes to 2-second clip?
Yeah.
I grab the last image of this one and I make it the first image on the next one. So then you could have multiple, like, stream them together. Okay. And then it kind of creates a pause. And then this kind of creates a cool little like effect whenever you stitch them together. Right. So this one, I'll call it 2A. Right. And then same thing. This will now create a little transition clip from this image to this image. And then I'll do the same thing with another one where I'll grab this one, make that the first image, and then I'll grab the next image, 3A, create my transition.
Cool.
And I'll do the last image to tie them all together so I could loop them. Okay. Right. And then I'll just loop that little thing over and over. And then I'll take it into CapCut and I'll put it over.
Do you use CapCut on your computer?
Yeah, I use CapCut on my computer.
Okay. I have it on my phone. Okay.
Yeah. You could send this to your phone, like, however, if you get these clips onto your phone, you could do that too. I do everything on the computer. So in a few seconds, when all these are done, it takes about 2-3 minutes. You'll see we'll have 4 clips down here that are each 2-3 seconds long. Well, when I play this video in CapCut, I added some special effects, but the background video is just the transition clip. Right. And it goes, and then you have little CapCut, things with little like different effects.
Yeah. So I make mine in Canva, right? Perfect. So I just dump it into Canva and then I just run 2 tracks and then it seems to be totally fine. And I have one going that I started, but this is going to help me a lot. What your tool is what I was needing to keep going. This is so exciting. So why did you just say we're going to start a, what's it called? But yeah, go back to ads or whatever you're doing.
Okay. So here's what we're doing. So this video, I could now in my account, my Google Ads account, I use something called Plai. Okay. So PLAI.io. Okay. I like using this is because they have some AI split testing thing that they automatically do. And it's just all of my ads are in one location. Okay. So you just connect all your platforms to this, and then you can manage Facebook ads, Google ads, all in one location. So I like this. And it's easy. You see how it says show before a specific video? You can also retarget people based off of a certain thing if they like are in that, like watched a certain amount of your video and all that stuff, which we will set up next too. All right. So here's what I'm doing. In here, it says, where do I want to advertise? I'm literally going to try this and I'm going to advertise my music link. I hope this works. Okay.
Oh my gosh. This is what we were talking about yesterday.
Yeah.
So I said, yeah. And then you can build a bot that's running, that's like doing this. So.
No. Okay. So here's what we're doing. I'm targeting. So I hit edit, and instead of automated, you could target by keywords, but that's not what I'm going to do. I'm going to show before a specific video. The reason why is because this song kind of sounds like Calvin Harris and Skrillex.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
All right. So what I did is I added show before a specific video. I typed in Skrillex. I grabbed his channel and I go into Plai, and then I paste. For some reason, it didn't work when I typed in the channel down here. I just typed in the video and I pasted in his link, and it pulls up all his videos from his channel.
Crazy.
And now I'm able to click on these, and my video is going to show before anybody listens to his songs.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so there's this new song called I don't know, Boots by Dasha. It's like, did you boost up? And I need to play all my music before that. Okay, yay.
Nailed it.
This is like wicked smart. So this is how you win wicked smart next time. Create like we somehow build out these bots that are our own publishing company. Like you said, like what did you just say you're creating? What are you creating?
Yeah, so Ashley, we are going to create our own AI music label.
Yeah. I want in on this. This is like what I know is happening. I was like way early on that in the whole conversation, but I'm there and I'm ready.
Yeah. And so we're going to manage the freaking label. We're going to make sure we screen and have great artists. It's going to be, my thought is, how Perry Belcher has his top mastermind?
Yep.
Our label's our mastermind.
Perfect. I love this.
Right? Like, it's our top dogs. These are who we care about the most. We focus the most. They're in the most.
I'm the Angie Norris. Okay. Just
Yeah.
kidding.
All right, so here's the thing. I'm only advertising in Las Vegas. Why? Because I want to be famous here. All right. In here, check out this. Reach. 33,000 to 10,000 for $5.
Sheesh. It's so good of a reach because there's nobody doing it like this yet. And WME is still not. Like, nobody in the record labels are doing this because they don't know the tech, right? And then the tech people aren't doing this because they don't know how to make before music. So we're right in the sweet spot.
Okay. So look, I'm advertising one video
Mhm.
to this thing with this link. Create. You're about to create your ad. That's it. This is
Amazing.
happening.
Amazing.
This is happening.
Have you run other ads for people? And if you,
I will, but I haven't. Now here's the only thing. I have a client. I've only done this in the doctor space, health and wellness. And I've only ran stuff to like webinars where I'm selling $5,000 services. And I've made $500,000 for a doctor in a month. I'm going to do this for myself. We are going to be a record. I'm part of the record label too. Joey, Troy, like we're all making this thing. Like this thing, this is happening right here.
I know. I
Like,
see.
so my first bands, like we're going to see this pop up in a few minutes. Like I'm already spending the retargeting ads on this thing. So anytime you send traffic, I make sure it slam dunks. And then also, so Angie Norris sent 146 people website clicks in that 1 hour that she had us on stage.
Amazing.
And then she's made 2 sales so far, 1 sell at the thing and then 1 sell this morning. Out of that, I mean, so that's $200.
Heck yeah.
You know what I
Hell
mean?
yeah.
Like,
She's magic, right? So she's the girl we're looking for as far as like, I don't know. I'd never met her, right? I don't know anybody there. I don't know anybody. I just randomly came with Laura, but I know Perry. And so I just like that setup, like you said, that setup is what we came to see so that we could have something similar to that. Cause yeah, there's a billion people that need this. It's wild.
yes. So this should be coming soon. I don't know when it's going to pop up showing like it's there, but it should be there soon. And then we're going to have this running. And so that's how I do the ads, right? So I really want to see this as it goes through. So yeah, I mean,
so if we wanted to run an ad for me, not because, but so I have some fucked up Facebook stuff. So I have like several Facebooks. 3 of them have no advertising privileges, and those are my 3 biggest ones because I've lost my, over time doing what I do with my liquidation sales. I've just not been able to keep up with their shit, so I lose my privileges. Well, now I'm like, do I just create a brand new one, or do I have someone like you? Do you know like? What's my easiest access point to start and then kind of develop it?
Yeah, I would literally so here's the thing. Music is going to be different. I believe Google ads for music. You saw how cheap that was, right? Everyone is saying that you're able to get like thousands of views for less than $1 because music is so low spending. Well, here's the difference. With Facebook, you're doing what's called disruption marketing. You have to distract somebody, but you're competing against everybody that's trying to do disruption marketing. Well, with YouTube, you're doing search engine ads. People are searching Skrillex, and I'm now advertising on every single Skrillex song.
That's super, super cool. That's why I'm like, okay. So
like,
do you, with this
bro.
Axis thing, this program you have right now, you're so silly. This you have right now. So you don't have to have YouTube. You don't have to have Facebook to advertise with YouTube.
No, yeah. So click on connected platforms up top, and then you could connect each platform. I just hit connect to this one, and then it signed me into my Google account. And then I have a Google Ads account that is connected to that. So make sure you have a Google Ads account connected. Here's the cool thing. If you go on the internet, type in free Google Ads credit, and there's usually $500 Google Ads credit if you put $250 on there up front. Okay. So you get free money for the upfront if you're going to spend it anyways. But still, I like to preload it and then only still spend $5 to $10 max, right? Only spend what I'm willing to lose. I learned that from crypto, right? So only spend what you're willing to lose. However, here's what's cool is the views go to this video. So pay attention to the 140 views that it has right now. Okay. Because guess what? And if every single time it gets one of those views, it counts towards my Google ad monetization revenue. This half man, half robot, I'm advertising a video that's not on my channel that from my ad account. Like it's not even this video is not connected to my ad account. So I'm running an ad on somebody else's video technically sending them to my link.
Right.
My music link. So I could even run music links on your guys' stuff with I could run $5 on one of your guys' videos from my account. And then use a link, like based off of what I just learned in this, based off how the setup was.
That's why I'm saying, like, okay, I want to pay you. Like, here's me. I want to give you $20 because I want you to run me an ad right now to run it to my album, right? But I should probably get a video up because you probably should do it in the YouTube zone, right? So I'll get a video up.
Yep.
What I should do is put one big block video up of the whole album.
I mean, you could do that. Now here's the cool thing.
Hurts.
If you click skip this ad, you only pay for people that don't skip the ad and watch more than 30 seconds with in-stream ads.
Okay.
That's why they're so cheap. So yeah, I mean,
well, one thing to think about, and I try to tell my mom about this, and it's just, and as we're talking about a label, and then having Ashley, these needs that Ashley wants to promote. I mean, this is part of what we want to do. So as we're going through this, it's easy to just be focused on the task at hand and as it applies to us, but try to look at it in a step back from what we're actually doing and make sure to take note of that, because these are systems and steps that we're going to want to build out or offer, as people come into our label, right?
Yeah. This is the SOP psychoness I had in the beginning of
exactly.
I was like, yes, we need to have SOPs if we're going to teach this to somebody, but it's because I can see it coming. Like, I'm kind of a futuristic girl. So yeah, you're right, Troy. We do have to have some
just keep it in mind. I mean, as we're in action, just, make sure to notate little points that
you should just revisit. Take all your videos you've recorded of your classes and scribe them and take them and then put them in a bot. And then have that bot write a manual for an SOP for the production of the thing and an SOP for the inception, like for people to come into it. That's interesting.
Yeah, that would be really freaking cool.
That would be smart.
Okay. All right. So, I'm going to do that. So it's SOP for ads and SOP for video creation, because that needs to be a thing too. Because here's the thing is inside your description needs to have certain things too. So like there's Spotify links and all that stuff. So
yeah. So you need to have like a format, a formula that's easy to pass on. So like a Google Doc that you can, like Perry was transferring Google Docs. And I think that, it's fair to say that the next class on Tuesday, we should just do a recording, and I'll get some videos up and we'll run an ad. We'll do it so that we can have it recorded, because you showed me in soft time, fast, and I'm smart. But it needs that. It needs some, like a class, almost a mini class.
Yeah. Word.
And like you said, Ashley, I try to think about it, have been thinking about it more, but really just transcribing, pull the conversation from this video, Tuesday's video as well, combine them, tell ChatGPT to just filter out those steps that are discussed in reference to record label, ad production, and video production, and just let it pull together everything just from the transcriptions we rip from these videos.
Right. So I'm that girl. I'm the one kind of person Perry talks about, right? The person who sees the big picture and I could do these things. I can learn it and I'm good at it, but I can see, so then I'm like, okay, so then we need a contract soon. A real one that says what?
That's funny. We were just talking about the visionaries and the visionaries and all that stuff. Like Troy was like, Jeff, you're an executor. And I was like, I thought I was a visionary.
I'm confused. I don't know what kind I am. Okay, so I have both skill sets, but as I get older, I'm becoming more visionary, and it's easier for me to help people execute. Because I'm like, Jeff, we need SOP, we need this. I can see it, I know exactly, and it just makes things so much easier because then you don't have to have stress. No stress needed.
Word. And I think it's going to make it where we become 1,000 times better than any traditional label because we have the ability to help people properly market. Like we have a system, we have like, oh wow, I'm at this level of the record label, but there's another level or something. Maybe this is like, you know how he has the Ignite and then he has the Driven members, right? Like there is a different level. I want to have different levels of this where we have, maybe it's this coaching group and this coaching group needs to go to the 297 value. You know what I mean? Like his stuff, you know, and then eventually we have a Driven thing too. You know, I feel like this guy really opened my mind and we can do this thing huge. Like,
yeah. And he took his cues from Roland. So Roland, I paid 50 grand to be in Roland's mastermind. I've paid 6 figures for a mastermind before. And I've also paid $7, you know? So the idea though, is that we have a cohesive group that's willing to be flexible, right? Super clear about what we want and very flexible in how we get it. Because there isn't, obviously he's standing up there saying, yeah, you're the first, you know, you're the first and you're doing this. And I'm like, we are even farther ahead. Like when I brought up music the day before and they were just kind of like, what? And I was like, what? Like, I'm so confused. But I guess it's just because we're like Albert Einsteins and it's fine. But yeah, a little contract that says, hey, yeah, we're in this and we want to have some kind of share, not shares, but like, you know what I mean? We're building something and then try to figure out an event. Like I think we put a date on the calendar for some kind of an event, whatever that event is, whether it's, I love the idea that people get to learn how to make a song and have it judged and they could win money. Like right there in that time frame. Come learn how to make a song, make money. Like ClickFunnels, but different, right?
That'd be cool. Actually, here's what's interesting. In Vegas, I was actually in the little comments, I typed in a whole bunch of notes as I was going, but like in Vegas, I use an app called Meetup a lot. Do you use that, Ashley? Meetup?
I've used Meetup before.
Yeah,
not a lot, but I've used it.
I love Meetup. That's how I met Laura at that event because I went.
Really?
Yeah, she was there. And
okay.
It's a free thing. You could host free events, but you could search by city. So essentially, everybody in the city could find that event that goes it. But there's a lot of AI events, so maybe we actually host an event, even if it's small, 5, 10 people, whatever, and then people just show up, learn how to make a song.
Well, like we said, we were going to put it on YouTube as a series, right? Like, so we would have it on YouTube as like a private series, like, or we could charge for it. However, so that it could show people too, like it's a teaching model, because we all learn from each other. Like no one knows. So when you push the button, it's like gambling, but with the future, right? Someone could create something that you could be like, how the fuck did you do that? Right. And then you'd want it recorded, you'd want it documented so that you could sell it, right? It's a sellable product to Netflix. It's fucking sellable, like big sellable. So that is really the angle for me, is to do it with that in mind, so that then the execution is kind of different. Because Perry doesn't even do that. He should be doing that. He should be carving out 2 hours in the front and 2 hours in the back of every single one of his sessions or his days to record strictly for a YouTube series. And then putting it in different languages. I mean, there's the part that we want to capitalize on is the influx of people. There's billions of people trying to figure this out. How do we serve the most people, right? Well, we have to put it on the biggest platform, YouTube.
I agree. Yeah. So this is exciting. I think that 1, we need to create a record label between all of us. And then 2, we need to figure out how to manage AI musicians because they're going to be under our label.
Right. So and like some people already have like a manager, right? So if you have a manager, here's where we plug you in at. Your manager can do these steps. And this is what you pay for being part of the label, right? You already have a manager, or you want to be self-sufficient? Yeah, there's 2. Yeah, there's like the options you're talking about, like. Or you could have it where we're your manager, and that's another level. Right, just running your ads. Welcome to my manager. Welcome to my manager. That's what's up. And then Troy helps me onboard. Yeah. And then there's 2 guys from that group that were really, really, they said, I want to help you. We want to help you. They're from Florida, and they're older gentlemen. I don't know. They were like, we will help you build bots all day long for whatever you want to do to drive music traffic if you want. And I was like, okay, I'll let you know when we're ready for that. Me thinking Jeff will deal with these humans. I like them, but like, just like they just are like, yeah, we want in on that. I'm like, okay, well, you can have in on it. You don't remember their names or what they look like? The one lives in Oklahoma part of the time and Florida the other half, and he looks like, and it started with music. Gosh dang, I'll get their names for you. That's cool. But I do think
So I can follow up, right?
there'll be some people that will be players as far as they might fund it too, right? Just to put 5,000 in to be a part of the label.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking is we need to have it where there isn't like just like Perry, right? Perry has it. That's a mastermind where he charges all the way up, man. Like if you want to sit around and have a beer with him at the end of the show, you need to pay
A lot of money.
He kicked everybody else out that didn't pay and didn't have the money, and you had to go. Like at the end.
Yeah,
and
he's like, "Bye, Felicia," and I'm like, "Bye, you really expensive boy." That's what I called him because I don't want to tell. I love him, but like, I want my own for sure. I love it, but yeah I'm not. It's
how
cool.
do we build that value ladder is what I'm trying to think. So if you guys have ideas, mind map it out or anything. I'm going to go visit my grandma. She's in hospice right now.
Aww.
Yeah. And
so about it. I'm being serious.
Yeah. I'm going to hopefully, that's what I want to kind of do is talk to her and try to get whatever words I can from her and see if she wants to incorporate it. She right now just needs water, little sips of water. So she's not really talking too much, but it's going to be called, I think it's going to be called by the bed by the window. So yeah.
Okay.
So,
well, we'll do that.
Hopefully, I want to write it before she passes is the goal.
Yeah.
And
Absolutely.
she hears it before she goes type thing.
Yeah,
So.
yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah, I was telling you that the Death Doctor that I wrote, he wrote a song and I produced it 10 ways. Yeah. And he's the emergency room surgeon. Anyway, I think that's what we have lots of jobs to do in that lane. So, okay, go do that. And then by Tuesday, I'll have videos and we'll run more ads.
Word. Yeah, Tuesday's going to be the ad call. And then,
so excited.
please keep thinking about like Troy, like in Ashley, think about how we could be the label. And then also how are we going to manage them and what should we offer? Right? Like I could offer ads, but is that it? Is that all you want? You want ads? I could run your ads and good job, Jeff, and then that's how I'm your producer or your label manager. Like, let me know what you would want to expect from me. One, on both sides, because we're all both sides. You know what I mean?
Right.
One is I'm the label, but I'm also the guy that is the label. I'm half man, half robot. You know what I mean? So like, it's the same. So we need to, what do we want from us and what do we expect? And if I could ask anything of the label, what would I want from the label? Because then I'll grow into that. You know what I mean? That's what I want to do. So just keep thinking about it. If you have an idea, text me or add to the group in the school group, and that will be where we talk about it. So, but this is the start of something great. Thank you guys. I'm so blessed to meet you guys in person. So
I know. That's awesome.
It's so fun when you meet people in real life and then they're like really who they say they are. They're like taller or shorter than you thought. And it's good.
That's good.
All my whole life. Okay. Yay.
We'll see you Tuesday. Talk before
Tuesday.
then. All right.
Take care.
You guys.
Bye.
Bye. See ya.